Good morning, Meadlands, and welcome to Wednesday, the 1st of April. We are listening this morning to the great Marvin Gaye. And if I think about all of us being in school, this is definitely a song that year 3 would be coming into the hall and dancing to. So Leo, Jack, Oscar, Mabel, Salman, I hope you're all doing some good dancing. Great stuff. So today is the 1st of April and I wonder how many pranks have been made at home this morning. And did you offer to make a cup of tea this morning for someone at home and put salt in it instead of sugar? That's a good April Fool. So we're now on day 10 of school closure and it made me think a little bit about jobs where adults spend a lot of time on their own. How do they cope with that? Can you think of any jobs where adults end up spending a lot of time on their own? An astronaut actually spends a lot of time in the company of the same people, all together in a rocket. And a bit similar to us, they're not allowed to leave the rocket. They're not allowed to go to the hairdressers. They can't really go out to go and get any shopping, can they? So quite similar to what we're experiencing right now. My next question this morning is, how many famous astronauts can you name? Now, I really hope many of you named Dr. Helen Sharman, who is the first British astronaut who went on a mission in 1991. So when Dr. Helen Sharman went on her first mission into space, I bet she was feeling really excited about it. But I wonder how she felt after day 1, day 2, day 3, even when she got to day 10 of being isolated in a rocket with just a few other people. How on earth did she cope? She said that there were a couple of things that really helped her survive. So the first thing that she said, well, can you remember what we talked about on Monday's assembly? Communication, and how communication is really, really important. Before we went on school closure, we were very used to being able to say good morning to people, and then at the end of the day always getting a hug from Olivia, and we were very used to being able to connect with each other. How important it is to call your friends, to email your friends, to write letters, give FaceTime calls to your family who don't live with you as well. And Dr. Helen Sharman said that even when she was in space, she would really, really miss her family and friends, and how important it was to her to be able to send an email or to use a satellite phone. She also talked about the importance of patience, which is exactly what we spoke about last week, and respect. And she said that being in a very small space, you have to be able to be tolerant of other people that you're living with. Another thing she talked about was how important it was when she was in space to find things that would be useful to others. Sitting on your own or playing a game by yourself didn't really help her mental health. Instead, if she was able to do things that helped somebody else or was useful to someone else, then she felt better about herself. So for example, at home, if you've got a younger brother or sister, being able to help them with their homework, or if you've got a baby brother or sister, being able to help your family look after the baby, maybe feeding them or changing a nappy. But even just looking after yourself will also really help, such as making your own bed in the morning, or making sure your bedroom's nice and tidy, or even helping to set the table at lunchtime. Actually, you'll end up feeling really good about yourself that you've been able to help somebody at home. And one thing that I really, really enjoyed that she spoke about was the importance of nature. And although we're only allowed to go outside for a very short amount of time, have a look at nature around you. Can you hear a parakeet? Can you see any trees? And really, really enjoying spring coming on and how the light is changing. And finally, Dr. Helen Sharman spoke about really enjoying those small things. So she talked a lot about waking up in the morning and listening to a little piece of music and really enjoying the music, and having a cup of tea and really enjoying that cup of tea. Talking of tea, I could really do with a nice cup of tea. It's a bit dark in here. Better.
Cup of tea, Mrs. Woodyoke.
Mrs. Bradley! A magic cup of tea!
Bradley.